pretty much freestyle. I didn't get to finish it because I was pretty busy today. I had to take my son to a basketball game, hour away, a lot of driving. I don't feel like talking. So I stopped writing right there. But for the most part, I used to send December a lot of dots in the background. I'm talking about very, very schizophrenic pages and pages of, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm like, instead of me doing all that, let me turn it into a video. And if people want to look at it in the future, that's cool. If people want to copy off of it, that's cool. Because one thing I learned, you can copy somebody, but if your spirit not in the right place, you're not going to get the same results. I've seen people fail time and time again. But that's neither here nor there. So with that, I'm just going to call this contest to the dev. We can clip this. Now we can drop this video in December's inbox. We can retweet it. We can do whatever we want to do. And we can just let it go from there. So, for those who are here, I ain't got many dots because I actually started writing. But I'll just give you the ones I had. So seeing that December's getting back active, and I've been looking at just going off his word and things that he's posted, we've made certain, how do I say this? We've made certain things that we said we want to do going into the future. And if we want to do those things going into the future and potentially spike Vegas chart with a Vegas Inu based Solana token, I have a launch pad that's pretty much been ready to go for the past 2 months. I already talked to them. They was ready for an interview. You just got to set that up and handle it. And that was 3 of Alt Ctrl, and they have a launch pad ready, and they're making a lot of moves. And I think it would be like if you can go back to when Uniswap X created and you can get a good connection with them before things take off. That might be very, very, very pertinent going into the future, because I believe they're going to be very, very competitive in the future if that Ethereum ETF comes through. And for those who don't know, Alt Ctrl is a deck started by 3 ETH. She's also a high roller. I didn't take it too serious at first, I'm completely to be honest. But as I got to know her, I realized, man, she's a genius. Like, genius, don't waste no time. Own it, does what she says, activates it, not rugging people, not doing nothing bad. And it's been very, 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 like, a whole different type of work ethic as far as just watching her do that. So, with that saying, and seeing their work ethic and seeing that they got graphic designers that used to work for Disney and seeing all the background pieces that most people can't see, I say it would be very, very, very important to make a connection with them early on, because that was one of the very first exchanges that I've sent in the DMs months ago that wanted to list Vic. As far as like, when say you go to Uniswap and you type in, this is an example. Say you go to PancakeSwap before we got on CoinMarketCap and you type in Vegas Inu. Vegas Inu will pop up. Now, picture your token on Uniswap before it's popular, but now you bring it forward 5 or 10 years and it's popular. People can just go over there and buy your token, blah, 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 easy money. They got you on a list. They know you're safe. They know the dev is good. Bam. They were doing a different type of list over there, but I say that to say that might be an early connection to make. And they also got Solana dots. They got build a utility dots. They got a lot of dots that don't involve getting messed around, so to speak. And also actually pulling up very, very quick, very, very soon. For those who don't know, for complete transparency, I got into that private sale. I'm a holder over there. But if my bag runs up the way I think it's going to run up, I'm going to be sponsoring some farms for Vegas Inu if it's possible. I still got to talk to 3 about it, but that's not really cheap. That's not cheap at all. So it's up in the air, but it's something I would definitely do as far as giving back to the community. It's something I would like to do going forward, just to see if we can do something with that. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know what the hell farms are, but I do know they are very effective, and a lot of people are happy about it. And they were even talking about one of the biggest AI tokens called PAL AI. I don't know who they are, but apparently they're big. They were talking about getting farmed on Alt Ctrl. So to tie all this and bridge all this together, which is what me, MJ, A1 started doing in the beginning. We bridge out to different communities. We make those connections. Might make a little bit of money. And then we bring those connections and those things back to Vegas. And if we can make the right connections early, you believe in yourself and you can really do that. You can make the right connections early on before things get to where they're supposed to be. Bam. Easy money, adding on to Vegas. We're going to get it to where it got to go. Easily. Because we're going to get that exposure of riding with the real ones early. That's always been my plan. I am not a crew hopper. I just try to go out and find opportunities, make a little bit of money. So with that said, that's just one of those dots right there. I think as far as connecting those dots. And then, like I said, if he wants to do that with hat thing, or if he pivots from that in the future, perfect launch pad, perfect exposure for both sides, blah, blah, blah. And I ain't making no money off this. I lock my tokens up for another year. I don't care about that. That don't really bother me. I'm just here to do the work and if I can find a bridge for us to push that together, that'll be cool. Looking forward. And now, another thing going forward, looking at what I've turned into this crypto space, like I say, we've been getting around. Teague up here, he introduced me to Robud. Robud introduced me to Brady. Brady introduced me to Hemp Millionaire, which is still Brady because that is Brady. And that guy let me know about all the things that we think are crypto that are not exactly crypto. So as far as on the honesty and transparency side of the game, I think that would be a very good person for December to lock into versus the meme coin sector influencers. I'll just say that versus those type of guys, because what I realized, most influencers really ain't got no power. They're just trying to make some money like us. And this is not aimed toward Didi. This is just aimed toward the truth. It's some people that's out here just trying to get over and make things. They have artificial pre-sales where like, oh, we filled up 300 BNB. That's because they put in 250 and they took the other 50 and they're gonna rug you. It's a lot of things we've been learning on the back end. Like a lot of this crypto stuff ain't crypto. And one of the most honest things out there is Vegas Inu. And I would co-sign a whole lot of other things, but I've been here with y'all for 9 to 10 months, so I can understand the chart. At least I understand the movements of what's going on, and who's doing what wallet's doing what. As far as to my knowledge, the most honest thing out here is Vegas Inu, and you can say Vault Inu too, because they've been doing good work also. Very, very, but like everything has their own hurdles and everything has their own challenges. Everything has their own background movements. Don't matter which token it is. It's always people end up trying to play the background. It's always the speakers on the panel that's selling the chart and trading on it and telling you, oh, we're going into another jit. Blah, blah, blah. Don't tell me to buy nothing, bro. Don't tell me nothing, because I'm gonna make my money no matter what. But I really don't like when people get over on the people. And if those who follow my feed, I've been pretty passionate about that. I've lost a lot of followers. I don't like social media anyway, so it don't matter. If we can't speak the truth and stand up for something that's good, what's the whole point in being up here? It's pretty retarded. And I'm not, and money don't motivate me like that anyway, so boo-hoo. But anyway, for December, as far as the connecting the dots thing, I think that might be a very significant dot to make. And this ain't even upon my bags and nothing like that. It's just that certain communities need to align with other communities that have values, like Alt Ctrl, like JFK, different chains, different branches, but it could be like extended branches of the family going out into the future. And I guess I just got a tweet that popped up on it right now. This will be more of a just look at that type of thing. So for those who don't know, I invested in that Flocka token, a very, very small amount. I was practicing my charting and my DCA. And for those who don't know, like, hey, you practicing your charting, you giving out DD's tips. Man, I paid for DD's courses. I got all his courses. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I think I watched 10 minutes. I haven't watched his courses, and it ain't to be funny and nothing like that. It's just, I don't have time. And then I slowly realized I really like to learn. My daddy said, don't touch that stove. I touched that stove anyway. I got burns on my chest right now, but I remember the lesson. So I'm the type of person, I will go out and let me just take $10, $20 and keep DCAing and learning as I go. I'll learn better by feeling that heat of that than I would by the courses. Not to say the courses ain't very effective. I just have a very short attention span. So with that said, I started putting a little bit of money in the Flocka token. Very little amounts, but I was already very, very aware of Flocka. For those who don't know, Hard Paint, songs like that, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's just music for the most part. But I've looked at, I don't give a damn about none of that. I look at people growth overall as human beings. I typically try not to judge people past unless they Diddy, Drake, or somebody. I mean, if it's not too crazy, I typically try not to judge people's past, and I like to look at their new growth. And I'm talking about before Twitter, before all this, I've always looked at the new growth as far as seeing what people are doing going forward. And what's another notable character? Chameleonaire, that rapper from Texas. By the way, I'm from Texas. He don't even rap no more. He in tech completely, making a lot of money. Nobody don't know about it. So when I see these certain celebrities, not all celebrities, when I see them trying to get into crypto, my eyebrows go up, because I was following them way before this online stuff, and I was following their growth just because I was invested as a Not really a fan, but I like to see people change and pivot. So it's nice to see him. And he actually trying to do some dev work. And I ain't saying buy it, I ain't saying go buy it, because that ain't even what this about. This is about appreciating our opportunities, seeing who people are, seeing how people grow. And if you find something that somebody's doing, apply that to what you can do. And I believe he got some utilities that I ain't gonna mention here because that's a Vegas Inu space, but it might be something that could be potentially tied to Vegas Inu in the future, especially if bridging to Solana is on the cards, which I hear should probably be good. I should post it up, but I don't have it. But I think if we were going to bridge to Solana, we might want to do that very soon. I mean, we don't really have to. If we're not chasing super duper gains, we don't have to. But if it was as far as about that, with these Solana ETFs that's supposed to come right behind the Ethereum ETFs, and Solana being so undervalued that they call now $1,000 price targets, but like I'm probably not teaching December nothing he don't know. I'm just saying it could be something to look at. And as far as going forward, I think that's all I got. I don't have too many dots to the dev. I flooded his comments with so many back in the past. Like I'm talking about pages. It looked pretty serial killer vibes. I used to just give out a lot of stuff like check this out, just because I'm so committed to pushing Vegas even forward. I don't want no credit. I don't want nothing like that. Let's just keep pushing this thing forward. And if we can get the right people in here, and they ain't even got to be on the BNB chain. If we can get the right people to network with us to push this forward, we can do that too. We can keep pushing this forward and getting it on. Now, if we got some people in here that's not necessarily doing the work, they disappearing, they're not showing up. That's why we're recruiting outside the BNB chain, because what one person can't do, 10 other people can, and one person can do the work of 10 people. So keeping that in mind, I say that to say, we're going to get the work done. It don't matter how many people show up. As long as the same people that show up that's willing to do the work show up, as long as December show up, as long as the people that's in here show up. And if, people got lives, they get busy for the most part. So no judgment. But if we show up and we keep pushing it, because nothing lasts without a community. If we can keep the community pushing it forward, we just going to have it going forward. Like, that's the whole thing. Forward momentum. That's what all this branching out is about. So we going to get it there.
Communication plus unity makes community. Fighting off the